Good morning. Willie'The Johnson, coming back at you, Warriors Mindset. I've been thinking, as I'm uploading this video, it's called Self-Destruction. One of the greatest hip-hop songs ever written, Self-Destruction. And I think about that path that I was on, just because nobody understood me when I first fell in love with the martial arts at 6 years old after seeing Bruce Lee's Chinese Connection, because the arts was so new. But all I wanted to do was express myself. And it's funny, as I evolved and got more into the arts, you know, one of Bruce Lee's mottos was that the individual is always more important than the system, the style, and the concept. And that's true. And that's the way we run our school. That's how I teach. I bring forth individual expression. That's why when I think about the success system of my students, you know, that came through our path, me and my wife's organization, the Ryan Pinkstons, Marco Johnsons, Mr. Daniel, Leo, you know, Aaron Pinkston, the list goes on and on, Jeffrey Lloyd, Jonathan Lloyd, all those people that went off and did great things in the film and the entertainment industry, college. I mean, it just goes on and on. But it all stemmed from me finding myself, being true to myself, and breaking that cycle of self-destruction. Never knowing that one day I would have to break that same cycle of self-destruction on a business path in the martial arts industry. I've seen so many things happen, been so a part of so many, you know, changes, ups and downs and so forth. And right now, I realize personally that the martial arts is in a real powerful transitional state. One that will change this industry like never before. And those who refuse to focus on that concept of individual expression will lose many people. And I can't say they won't survive. They might not thrive, but they still can survive. And I think about in the last couple of months, man, never in my life, you know, have I felt like doing things to revolutionize a certain concept of website design would be so devastating and powerful and remind you of the code of respect, integrity, and honesty, you know, and harmony. Never would I think, even on the level of equipment supply, you know, all those things that are a foundation of running your organization, would you see such uproar, confusion, you know. And then when you talk about the foundation that helps you maintain your growth and collections of your processing of your payments and so, would you see such devastation there? Never have I ever seen so much craziness and confusion, you know, chaos. It's sad. And it puts me on a path where I have to go back and realize that, you know, I remember every choice that I made coming up, even, you know, when I had to make a decision to go out and open up my own school, when I had custody of my son Marco, even when I had to go and get him, not knowing what I was going to do, but I did it because I went out on faith, and look at what happened with us. But even when I made that decision to go out, didn't know where I was going, how I was going to pay rent, didn't know how I was going to pay car note, didn't know what I was going to do. But I got lost in Burtonsville, looking for the UPS office. And after circulating around and around in that community, something came to me and said, man, you know, if I go back past this place, Fairlane's Aquatic Center, that means that God wants me to be in this community to start my school. And that's how we ended up in Laurel, because it was God sent. After circulating around, I said, man, God must brought me here for a reason. I went in Fairlane's Aquatic Center, spoke to Mr. Joe Hampton, God bless his soul. Asked him if they had a martial arts program. He said no. and told him my blueprint, my goals that I had put together in jail. And he looked at it and said, okay, well, let's try it. First day we had class, we had 1 student. In 90 days, we had 100 students. I didn't have a collection company. I didn't have a major martial arts supply company. I didn't have anything because nobody wanted to work with me. All I had was me, my son, my dream, my goal, my faith, my passion, and fighting against fear because I didn't know how I was going to move forward. And that's how we ended up starting the school at the level that it's at right now and breaking into the WMAC Masters and winning those 7 world titles at the lowest point in my life with my son, not knowing what I was going to do. I had to make a decision, and I had to stay committed to that decision. You know, and I had to make that decision because the things that I had to do was for the sake of my son, his own survival. If I couldn't get a pay increase, if people couldn't help me, you know, maintain a certain lifestyle for my son, I had to make a choice to get past what was important for me and move forward for what was important for my kid. And that's why I never went to Hollywood. When I see all those people that succeeded in films as bad as I wanted to be in films, when I was doing WMAC Masters and everybody said, move to California, and I seen all my friends on the front cover of constant black belt magazines and Karate Illustrated magazines, and it hurt. But I knew that I had to stay at that school and build that school. And when I went to the company to even bring them my students, I already had 100 agreements on the day that I went to their company. And I was collecting all the money, paying for buying all equipment, everything based upon me knowing what to do. Why did I know what to do? Because I did what I didn't do when I was younger running a school in Baltimore. I went against everything that I was taught, everything that was laid out to me and for me. But when I was incarcerated, I realized that I might not know what to do, but I know what not to do. Avoiding what not to do, staying away from doing those things that felt comfortable, but going out on faith and doing the things that I knew I had to, and I had to force myself to do. That's why that school survived. And I'm still at that same point, at the state of confusion and chaos right now, even when I look at this industry and how it's affecting people who just have a dream, who are just trying to take care of their families, like myself, and just trying to continue to move forward. And you're in total control of your own destiny because you're the one that's promoting. You're the one that's signing people up. You're the one that's teaching classes. You're the one that's talking to parents. You're the one that's doing everything. And when you have other people that is not on the firing line, right out there with you, not battling, not being able to deal with that, and they're trying to direct you and tell you what you need to do for the sake of your family, that's a path of self-destruction. If you continue to hold on thinking that that's going to be right, it's destruction. You volunteer yourself to lose and fail. When yet you know the person is like being with a teacher. You know, people come to our school when I can no longer, after doing whatever I can do to help you grow and connect to your spirit and allow you to bring forth yourself, even though be it right or wrong, whatever. But when there's disharmony, and I feel like that parent or that student can no longer connect, after I done went out my way to keep you into the school, me and my wife, and did everything we can do, but without losing our own integrity, when we realize that there's no way that we can keep on moving, either I'll make adjustments to keep you, which we try to do, or they make adjustments to stay so we can find some harmony, or guess what? I give you an exit. We have a cancellation clause where you can just cancel and just leave. If we can't find that harmony, if we can't help one another, the best thing is to part ways. And then I see them students and we wave and we say hi. You never do that. And how do you think that you could be in business, man, and you be working with people and they believe that you got to do it this way or else? Come on, man, even in jail, when they tell you to do it this way, yeah, you heard and you follow the rules and the policies, but you find a happy medium. Even the prison guard find a way to work with the people that he has to oversee so he can have some harmony and be able to function and maintain a certain level of peace while he's working. If not, then it's going to be conflict. There's going to be problems. You can't prevent it. When there's no harmony, there will be conflict. And when you're not bringing forth the expression of another person, you're in trouble. And that's what's happening in this industry, man. Who would ever think that in corporate America you would have so many people doing things that can hinder the growth of you and your family? It makes no sense. It's like you would be You would be foolish to even stay and keep on trying to work with people when you know they're going against what allows you and your family to grow. It makes no sense to me.